Hi, and welcome to the Notstalgic Show. In today's video, we will discuss a brief history of Obi-Wan Kenobi, how his own behavior and way of thinking may have been a factor in Anakin's fall to the dark side, and his state of mind going into the Disney Plus Kenobi series. But before we get into that, YouTube's analytics have been straight up tearing me to shreds. Apparently, a lot of you are still not subscribed. Actually, specifically 0%, because this is my first video. So please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll go a long way towards helping out the channel. Oh, and please stick around to the end for some bonus info I found while researching this topic. That being said, let's start the show. Born on planet Stujon, Obi-Wan Kenobi's force sensitivity was discovered at the early age of 3. This gained him entry into the elite world of the Jedi Order. As a youngling inside the walls of the Jedi Temple, Obi-Wan was placed under the care and instruction of a Jedi Master for training. At the age of 12, he would be named a Padawan and become Qui-Gon Jinn's apprentice. He would serve under him for about 12 years. Until this point, his upbringing had been ideal for a Jedi. Ultimately, Obi-Wan's training would be cut short when Qui-Gon was dealt a fatal blow by Darth Maul in a fierce fight during the Battle of Naboo. Qui-Gon Jinn was a well-respected Jedi by his peers, steered by his unwavering faith in the Force. Known for his wisdom, he was even offered a seat at the Jedi Council. Qui-Gon would turn down that invitation to focus on ensuring Obi-Wan was trained correctly. Masters and their students have a unique relationship, and many of Qui-Gon's steadfast beliefs shaped Obi-Wan into the man he would become. Under his instruction, Obi-Wan became a strong, devoted, compassionate, and confident man. Qui-Gon passionately believed in a prophecy that a chosen one would emerge from the galaxy and bring balance to the Force. This firm belief and gut feeling about the young boy Anakin Skywalker ultimately set in motion the events of the next several decades. With his dying breath, Obi-Wan's devoted master asked him for only one thing: to train young Anakin Skywalker in the ways of the Force, no matter what the Jedi Council has said.
I gave Qui-Gon my word. I will train Anakin. Without the approval of the Council if I must.
Qui-Gon's defiance I sense in you. Need that you do not. Agree with you the Council does. Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be.
Despite being an ideal and earnest master, Qui-Gon Jinn's influence on Obi-Wan isn't all positive. You see, the obsessive idealism Jinn has about Anakin and his place in the galaxy led Kenobi to put all his faith in his master's beliefs. By ignoring the advice and concerns of Yoda, Jinn places doubt in Obi-Wan's mind about the wisdom of the Jedi Council. Ultimately, these factors led to blind spots in Obi-Wan's instincts towards Anakin. This crucial flaw eventually undermined the whole relationship. The Jedi Council didn't help matters either. They may have had concerns over Anakin's training, but they didn't offer any constructive steps to change things. Their negligence empowered Obi-Wan to continue his blind faith, which clouded the truth in front of them.
When I first knew him, your father was already a great pilot. but I was amazed how strongly the Force was with him. I took it upon myself to train him as a Jedi. I thought that I could instruct him just as well as Yoda. I was wrong.
From a storytelling perspective, Obi-Wan is the epitome of integrity. His moral compass is strong, and he always attempts to do the right thing. His strength and his resourcefulness help him climb the ranks within the Jedi structure. He quickly moves from knight to general during the Clone Wars, a title that brings respect and honor to his hard work and determination. However, there is another major flaw that may have led to the tragic loss of Anakin.
I'm ready for the trials, but he feels that I'm too unpredictable. He won't let me move on.
That must be frustrating.
It's worse. He's overly critical. He never listens. He doesn't understand. It's not fair.
Obi-Wan could be overbearing and judgmental in nature. Perhaps he was given the responsibility of a Padawan too early. Despite loving Anakin like a brother, Obi-Wan's condescending teaching method was a significant factor that would contribute to Anakin starting to pull away from the Jedi. He felt unheard, misunderstood, and patronized. As the rift widens, the secrets grow. From massacring a village of Tusken Raiders to secretly marrying Padme Amidala, Obi-Wan is less and less in the know with his Padawan. Adversely, Anakin finds a sympathetic ear in the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, unbeknownst to him as Darth Sidious at the time. As the relationship grows, Palpatine is able to subtly twist and warp the perspective of Anakin. The Sith Lord would see his wavering faith to the Jedi Order, and over time, he would exploit that feeling to further his galactic-sized appetite to rule.
I should have known the Jedi were plotting to take over. Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost.
At the end of Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan is tasked with a two-part mission: to watch over Luke until the time is right, and to train on how to commune with his late master, Qui-Gon Jinn.
We find Obi-Wan at the beginning of our story rather broken and faithless and beaten, somewhat given up.
In the Disney Plus Kenobi series, 10 years have passed since the events of Revenge of the Sith unfolded. Obi-Wan, traveling under the name Ben, has settled in the Junlan Wastes. Now living as a hermit, Obi-Wan keeps a distant but watchful eye on Luke Skywalker for fear of attracting unwanted attention. For this portion, referring to the Legends novel Star Wars Kenobi, gives us some insight as to what is going on in Obi-Wan's mind after the events of Revenge of the Sith. The following passage is from one of Obi-Wan's attempts to commune with Qui-Gon via meditation. I still can't believe the Jedi Order is gone, and the Republic corrupted in the hands of Palpatine, and Anakin corrupted as well. The holovids I saw of him slaughtering the Jedi younglings in the temple still haunt my dreams and shatter my heart into pieces over and over again. In another meditation, Obi-Wan reflects on his isolation from the Jedi Order. I wasn't prepared to give up community. I lived my life in the structure of the Jedi Order. Yes, it was an organization with a goal, but it was also a family. I said it myself. Anakin was my brother. I had many brothers and sisters, and fathers and mothers, and even a strange little green uncle. I don't have that home now. I don't have that family. Almost every friend I've ever had is dead. You may recall that a select few Jedi Masters learned to communicate with those who returned to the Force. It is said that it took years for him to commune with Qui-Gon Jinn, who had learned this technique discovered by a shaman of the wills. Later, his spirit would explain this technique to Yoda and Obi-Wan for the purpose that they would help Anakin fulfill his destiny as the Chosen One. It is possible, at the time of this series, Kenobi still has not made contact with Qui-Gon Jinn. Many of the specific plot points of Kenobi are closely guarded secrets. However, some information has been confirmed. We can expect another showdown between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, making it the first time the two former brothers-in-arms see each other since their last fight on Mustafar. We also know the show will focus on the hunt and destruction of all the exiled Jedi. According to the complete Star Wars encyclopedia, Darth Vader has been heading the Inquisitorius, a body of Imperial High Inquisitors that were tasked with hunting down any Jedi that survived Order 66. If a Jedi, or even just someone sensitive to the Force, was captured, they would be twisted to the dark side and offered a chance to join the Empire. If not, they would be murdered. Darth Vader's still firm grasp on the galaxy is a result of Obi-Wan not ensuring the death of his old Padawan. We know that Obi-Wan eventually makes peace with his failures and tries to understand the prophecy from a broader viewpoint somewhere along the way. Perhaps Anakin was never meant to restore balance to the Force himself. Maybe it was his offspring fated for that destiny all along. Ben learns a great deal during his forced isolation, as we can see when he reunites with Luke. He is more patient and compassionate. He is less dogmatic regarding the Force and the Order. He is the hope both Leia and Luke need to confront Darth Vader. This is Obi-Wan's greatest redemption for the loss of Anakin to the dark side. By helping Anakin's children succeed, Obi-Wan solidifies his status as a hero to the galaxy. His personal sacrifice shows Luke and Anakin that they have a choice to follow the light of the Force. Until then, we wait for good to triumph over evil. Whew. Okay, bonus round. Researching into this topic, there were 3 interesting finds that were just interesting details. The first, Obi-Wan's home planet, Planet Stewjon. Planet Stewjon gets its name from comedian Jon Stewart. In an interview between the comedian and George Lucas, Lucas is asked what Obi-Wan's homeworld is named. Lucas responds, "This is one of the first things I wrote in the very first script. He comes from Planet Stewjon." Though this may have been a joke, it's pretty interesting to find that anything that George Lucas says is considered canon. This is referred to as G-canon by the Holocron Continuity Database. In 2014, this method of maintaining continuity was discontinued. However, Obi-Wan's homeworld is still found being displayed on playing cards, books, and even other encyclopedia renditions such as Ultimate Star Wars New Edition. The second was just a bit of Legends information from the Kenobi novel that I found interesting. Apparently, Sand People got the name Tusken Raiders from a raid on Fort Tusken. Fort Tusken was founded on Tatooine roughly 8 decades before the proclamation of the Galactic Empire. This would be in 19 BBY. Because of the considerable loss of life and goods, the Sand People left such a strong impression that they were henceforth referred to as Tusken Raiders. I honestly thought that Tusken Raiders was their proper name, while Sand People I felt was more of a colloquial term from outsiders. So some things you wouldn't imagine having a backstory, but they end up having one. Lastly, how Obi-Wan arrived at the name Ben. In the Legends novel, Star Wars Kenobi, Obi-Wan tries to commune with his old master Qui-Gon Jinn, and they have the following exchange. "Meeting her gave me a chance to finally use the name I chose. You'll like this. Ben. I had seen it on the map at the property office in Bastille. There's some mess up by that name. Satine used to call me that. It was a private thing. I like the sound of it. Now, recently I saw that brought up in a Star Wars theory video as legend. But since then, Star Wars Brotherhood was just released, and this is a novel that ended up recanonizing this in a conversation between Dex and Obi-Wan. After Dex establishes himself as one of the biggest information brokers in the core worlds, he goes on to address Obi-Wan regarding an old friend. What old friend? Oh, I don't know. Dresses better than you, striking eyes, Mandalorian royalty. Used to call you Ben for some reason, Dex said with one of his hearty chuckles. That one. I hear she's quite the savvy politician. Obi-Wan wasn't going to give him the satisfaction of saying her name out loud, or the fact that Duchess Satine of Mandalore was maintaining neutrality in the Clone Wars to ensure that her people didn't return to their previous warlike ways. Well, so hopefully you enjoyed uncovering a little more about Obi-Wan Kenobi before his standalone series debuts. I'll try my best to put all the sources I used in the links down below if you feel like checking them out. I had a fun time trying to figure out how to prepare for a video. A lot of time, research, and editing went into this. So if you think this is the type of content for you, please subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to getting to know all of you guys. Well, that's the show.